Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Jayco Eagle 28.5 RSTS HT fifth wheel. You guys picked a really cool unit here. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things and get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, leave first off plenty of room for your slide to come in and out. And then you've got this big awning you gotta leave room for. Over on your off campsite, besides your slides, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Both of them are going to be toward the front, ahead of your tires, on your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle, your docking station, as well as your power. Once you arrive, we're going to unhook your hitch. Next to your docking station, you're going to have your auto leveling system. You're going to start by holding these two arrows down. That's going to turn this on. Once your green light comes on, you're going to raise your hitch, get your hitch up off your vehicle. Once it's up off your vehicle, pull your tow vehicle away and touch auto level. That's going to run your auto leveling system down. We're going to dance and jump around a few times till it's all level and stable. Once it is, we can hook up our power and water. Got a big long 50 amp cord, plugs in the side here. Where these new ones go on, you twist in to the left and then turn it to the right and put your black washer on. At the end of that 50 amp cord, should you need to plug in at a campsite, you have a 50 to 30 amp reducer, dog bone we call it. And then if you ever need to plug into a 110, there's a 30 to 15 adapter that comes with your convenience pack as well. You can throw that on there. Just when you're running off 110, run appliances accordingly. You don't want to run a bunch of ACs and fireplaces, etc., while just running off 110. Once you got your power hooked up, we can hook up our water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. So you can start by putting your two levers. Make this real simple for Jayco. City water connection, blue to the right, green to the left. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Hook up over here to city water connection side. Make sure this is set to city, but don't turn our hose on yet. Let's come to your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point, folks, is make sure our drain plug's back in. We may have taken this off last time we were camping, draining our hot water heater. Go ahead and get that on there nice and snug. Once that's on there tight, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now after that hose has been on for a little while, we can go inside and deploy all of our slides. Our unit's level and stable. Once we got our slides deployed, what I want you to do is go around and open up all your water taps. Once you got a steady flow of water going through them, no more air in the lines, then you can go ahead and shut those taps off, and then you can turn this hot water heater on from indoors. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water, we're going to go dry camping. Well, in that case, you have two steps to make. First step, tank fill. Simply turn this down, hook up the same way, make sure your hot water heater's plugged, turn on your hose. Now you're going to want to go inside, and you have a panel that you can see your water levels at. Watch your fresh water level. Once it's full, remove that hose. Then we're going to switch to dry camp. Blue to the right, green down, and then when you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on the water pump. You can turn it on out here or inside. You can also set it to winterize, city water, sanitize, which is siphoning in soapy water to clean your tanks, and your tank fill. All right, we're all set up with power and water. Let's go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, starting here at the docking station. Up top is where you're prepped for solar. You can plug in a solar panel here that'll trickle charge your batteries. Right here you have a spray port for this hose for a hot and cold shower. You're on hot water bypass right now because your unit's been winterized. Here's your tank, black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our black and gray tanks. Over here's your cable and satellite. Again, your connections, water pump, sanitize and winterize. You'll put it in on this side. City water and fresh water. Black, gray tanks. And then a convenient area to run your water hoses down through. In your storage area, your auto leveling system and your battery disconnect. This would disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. Speaking of propane, up here next to your auto leveling system is one of your propane tanks. Lefty loosey to open. Green means you've got gas. Just point this toward the tank you wish to be using. Continuing down your off camp side, again our power, hot water heater. Above that's a flue for your furnace. If you run your furnace, steer clear of that, it will get hot. And make sure nothing's ever blocking it. Down below here is our low point drains. Here's where we'll dump our tanks at. On your slides, you want to add longevity to the life of these wipers. They have a spray that you can spray on these that'll keep them pliable over the years. Keep them from dry rotting on you or getting stiff, cracking. Coming down to the rear of your unit, you have a ladder. Utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as necessary with recommended RV roofing caulk. You're also prepped for a Furion backup camera. Device you can purchase from the store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Your accessory hitch. There's all your tow rating, 3,000 pounds. You have a J-port back here. Just have a metal bar that slides in here, then a table that sets on top of that. For your quick connect LP right there. So you set a griddle back here. By your outdoor kitchen. You're all prepped for a TV in here. You got a 110 cable and a 12 volt in case you have a smaller TV. A drawer and outdoor fridge. 110 with USB or with a GFCI reset. Lighting. Make sure when you're traveling that you lock your outdoor kitchen door. This is access to the back of your fridge. You have another low point drain over here. That'll be for your freshwater tank. Get right up underneath there and pull that white handle. Come around your campsite, a couple outdoor speakers, a light for your steps so you can see your steps when you come in. The spray port hose over on the other side can also hook on this side and spray your unit off. There's your metal bar for your J-port. There's a hand crank. Manually bring down your spare tire. All prep for TV out here as well. Cable in 110, you can set a TV in here. Convenient spot to run cables down through. The other side of your propane over here. Yeah. Front area with your battery. Check your battery post now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you're going down the road. Again, make sure you lock all these things when you're traveling. Which brings us back around to our off camp side. That about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up inside your unit, first thing I like to point out in every unit is a fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Immediately as you come in up the wall here, look over toward your stairs, is your J command system. Touch this top and that'll light it up. So this will run you through everything. I'm going to start here. You got your motors, you've got your heating and cooling, you've got your settings, you've got your tanks, you've got your pumps and water heaters, gas heaters you can turn on. So starting here with motors, awning. Over here you got extend or retract. On your awning, I want to show you, only want to run that out until that white flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that bar. Now that will continue to run itself out and run itself out backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out farther than you need to. Let me go ahead and run that back in here for you. And as your awning comes in, we will continue the tour. Back to our control panel. Now select means to go down through them. Slide 1, 2, and 3. We'll go through those later. Here's your mode. Oh, let me go back to your heating and cooling. Mode should turn on. Oh, mode fan, mode furnace. So let's go cool. I'll kick on your AC. Go ahead and close this door. Okay, you can hear your AC running. Shut that off. Shuts off quickly. I'm going to turn this to your furnace. Furnace to kick on. Okay, there that goes. Now shut the furnace off, and that will take a few minutes to cycle through. Actually, it shut off rather quickly. You can pair this device. You can also download the J-Command BM Pro app, and you can do all of this from your phone. Here's where you can check your freshwater tank, your 2 grays and your black tank. Watch that freshwater tank when you're filling your potable water. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using potable water, your water heater if using electric, your water heater if using gas. It doesn't make a difference. Takes us back to the main. 1 is your lighting, 2 is exterior lighting, 3 will control both. Another spot to turn on your water pump, and another spot to go directly to your heating and cooling. Down below that, some accent lighting. You'll see a few of these through the unit. It is a temperature reader. It helps the furnace to better work. Down here is access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Continuing into the dining area, this bench will remove, strap it in for travel. You also have 2 folding chairs that match these chairs underneath your bed that you can bring out here instead. For your recliners, they're what we like to call parachute pull. Pull up on that handle right there, and that'll give you a recliner. Push back down with your feet. Show you quickly how to turn your sofa into a bed. Just remove your back cushions. Just Velcro it on there. Lift up, pull out on these metal bars, pull it toward you, pull the back part down, and just that quickly, get another sleeping quarters. Reverse the process. Make sure you lift the back up first, otherwise you could damage your sofa. Hold your legs in, and just that quickly, go back to the sofa. Come over to your entertainment center. Turn your TV on here. So your TV sound will run through this sound bar. Just go to the mode, turn this on and go to the modes of TV. Shut that off. Or down here you can switch this mode to DVD, Bluetooth, or radio.
I just don't think it's her.
Dual zoned on the radio.
Talk about it. I just don't
indoors
think
or outdoors or both.
Things, not just being a bad
auxiliary jack.
Others. So if you're being accused
nice cool
of
sound system.
Don't you have the right to?
Down below that, your fireplace. Not just for looks. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the biggest thing, folks, is the heat. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, and instead of using up your gas to warm it up in here, turn this heater up on high. It's already getting warm. This will get it toasty in here in no time, and it'll save your gas if you're at a campsite. Of course, your Furion fridge controls, or I believe that's the fridge part. Yep, right there. USBs here. Self-explanatory microwave has a light and a high and low fan. This cooktop here makes an excellent backsplash. Flip that back, rock your panel light up, turn that to light, changes from blue to red. Hit your spark, there's your flame. Same thing on the oven. Turn to light, hit this spark, that will light it down here. No need for a pilot light anymore. Then just set it to the desired temperature. Rock your panel light down, it becomes an oven light. Coming up the hallway now. Oh, before I do that, let me talk about your island around here on the back side. You do have 110 with GFCI reset and USB ports. More importantly is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your batteries. So if you are out dry camping, nothing plugged in, charging your batteries, use that battery disconnect if you're going to be gone for the day to keep this from running your battery down. Coming up into your bathroom, you get your big wardrobe slide. Power exhaust in here. Make sure for travel that you have your shower door clamped closed. Just tons of lighting in here. Make sure before closing this slide, you have nothing down here on the floor. And that these drawers are closed. Just tons of lighting up in here. USB ports. Underneath your bed will be those fold-up chairs I talked about. Emergency exit window. Hand crank open. Just a vent here. No exhaust to it. Another one of these temperature readers. You're also prepped for a TV back here. There's the backer. There's everything you need to hook it up. So that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and start to close the unit up. So a few things to make sure of. Make sure this door is closed and clamped. Make sure these ones are opened and snapped. Both of your bathroom doors snap open. Keep them from bouncing around on you down the road. We'll close this door in a minute. So I'm going to start by saying doors and drawers. Make sure that all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Put this remote right here in your drawer. And then what I like to do is come over here to number 1 and shut off my main light power. Then I can walk around the unit and see any individual lighting that I may need to walk around the unit and turn off. I'll leave that bathroom one on for a moment. Now I can come back over and touch number 1. Now I know that I can shut off all my main lights from here. Let's go up to motors. Select down to slide 1 is going to be your bedroom. We're going to hit retract. Watch that slide come in. Now that that's in, I can go ahead and shut off these bathroom lights. Select down to slide number 2. Hit retract. You'll notice on slides the bottom pops up first before the top goes in. That's because the slide mechanism is on the bottom. Again, you see the importance of having all doors and drawers closed. We don't need to break doors open just because we didn't have them latched while our slide was coming in. I want you to hear that noise. That is not anything grinding. That is the slide mechanism telling itself not to come in any further. It's okay to hear for just a second. That's when you know you want to let off on it. We probably hear the same thing over here. And we're in. Now I'm going to touch number 1. Shut off all my interior lights. Look outside. See, those are still on. So touch number 2, and that should shut off all my exteriors. And we're ready to exit the unit. Now the most important thing on these steps, folks, is to make sure you've got this door all the way open. Otherwise this is going to catch on it when it comes in. Lift that up. It is strut assisted. See, it's floating right now. I want to show you these will adjust simply by pressing in on this, and that'll bring these up and down if you're on uneven ground. Set your door in. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. You don't want the horror story of your door being open as you're going down the road. Lift and turn that handle over. If you are out dry camping, we're going to get up underneath here and we're going to pull on that white handle. That's going to dump that fresh tank. If we're at a campsite, at this point, we're going to unhook our cable, our water, and our power. We're going to get up inside here, turn this back on again. I'm just going to hit retract all. Retract all is going to bring everything up. It's going to initiate the full retract of all the leveling jacks. Once them are up, you can lift your front to get your jack or get your vehicle back on, lift or lower. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be right in front of your tires on your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Got a 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up. Come inside here and pull our black handle. Now, your black handle is going to be your sewage. You're going to listen for that to be empty. Once that's empty, take your water pressure regulator again and the hose at the dump station and hook up to your tank flush. Make sure you leave this black handle open. Turn that hose on, let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all the nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, you're going to close your black handle, pull your first gray handle. Once that sounds like it's empty, close that handle, pull this gray handle. Now them are going to be cleaner waters, your sinks, your showers, and that'll clean your sewage hose out for you. Once that's done, close your last gray handle and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Eagle for many years to come. Happy camping.